This is a Roblox badge that took me over an hour to get. To get it, I needed to travel back in time in the game and fight an army of red noobs that progressively got harder and harder. This was one of the most frustrating badges I ever got. After eating that pizza slice, I got transferred to the classic Crossroads map and was met by 3 noobs. According to this guy, I was actually asleep, meaning the entire Ability Wars game is just a dream. Soon the first wave begun and the red noobs began attacking me. It seemed like the hardest enemies to kill so far were the guys with rocket launchers. During wave 2, an army of swordsmen started chasing me and it took a while to kill them all. Then my teammates found out that the last guy was hiding in the castle, so I ran inside and finished him off. During wave 3, a much larger and visibly angrier noob with a cone hat joined the fight. His henchmen then began targeting my teammate, who I'll call Jimmy, because I don't want to have to keep referring to him as the guy with the rocket launcher. And while we're at it, let's give our other teammates some names. We'll call the guy with the sword hat Matt, and the guy with the ball Greg. During wave 5, the first boss entered the fight. Not only was this guy wielding a glowing sword, but he also had a rocket launcher and much more health than the other enemies. I tried as hard as I could to fight him off, but in the end, I ended up getting killed, meaning that I had to redo everything. During waves 1 and 2, everything was going pretty well until wave 3. The enemies were damaging me a lot, and it got to the point where my health was only a few pixels away from reaching 0. And that's exactly what happened. On my 3rd attempt, I was even more determined than ever and was able to make it to wave 6, the very last wave. However, I was completely unprepared for what was going to happen. Not only was the boss from wave 5 back, but the final boss was there and had a giant black sword and the ability to teleport and skyrocket into the air. Soon, both bosses began going after me and I was forced to retreat into the castle, but that didn't stop me from dying a second time. I was understandably getting pretty frustrated, so I looked online to see if I could find anything that could help me, and I soon discovered a strategy that apparently has helped multiple people win on their first attempt. It basically works like this. From rounds 1 to 3, you fight the enemies on the ground like normal, but on wave 4, you spend the rest of the time fighting from the top of the tower, shooting down rockets and dropping down bombs on the enemies below. For a while, the strategy was actually working, until wave 6. One of the bosses got on top of the tower, and I was forced to jump off and run to the mountain on the other side of the map. I was able to continue fighting on the mountain for a while, but the other boss went on top, and I died yet again. It had been 30 minutes since I arrived in the Crossroads game, and I hadn't gotten the badge I was going for yet. But now that I knew where to go and what to do, I was ready for my 6th attempt.